There's always something that would stop videos from being made from this end. There's always something. If I come to expect it, then it's not quite as annoying. But even if you do all of the precautionary, prevention stuff, doesn't matter. There's something's gonna come up to fuck with it. So for me, if I just realize that and expect some level of fuckery, then when it comes, it's not so annoying. But to repeat and to reiterate, now my phone is on airplane mode, so nobody can bug me. To reiterate what I just said before this phone call that I know and I'm sure had nothing to do with anything. Maybe I should have answered. Maybe it was dire information. To reiterate, speaking on flat Earth again, and the phenomenon of people getting into this idea of flat Earth, this paradigm shift, this mental paradigm shift that people get into. And it's very strange. It's like, it's a separation mechanism for people who basically are still wearing Pampers and people who are big boys and girls. For some reason, it's the wheat chaff thing. Can you play? Are you able to play here, or are you going to cause chaos? And if you're causing chaos and trying to hide it, you're not hiding it. I don't think anybody should be trying to hide it, because I'm pretty sure everyone should know this, but it's like, I was telling Yolanda the other day, yesterday I think. Yesterday feels like a couple thousand years ago. The 21 Pilots song, Heathens, right? They say they can smell your intentions. That's one of the lyrics in that song. They can smell your intentions. And yeah, you can. I can smell your intentions. I can see what you're feeling. I feel what you're feeling. When you're telling me something, when I'm speaking with you, face to face especially, I feel everything that you're feeling. It's coming through your eyes and your mouth and all the motions that you're making and all this. So that's the first message that I'm getting. And then the secondary message is whatever kind of words are flying out. And those are usually not very important. It's usually the energetic body signals that I watch for. And if somebody's texting me, if somebody's typing on the keyboard, sending me a message about this, that, or the other thing, your intent bleeds through the screen at me. It's like waving in the flag. It's like, here's what I'm really saying. It's doing that to me, and then the words may or may not match up with that, but it doesn't matter, because I know anyway. I just feel what you're trying to, I feel the intention of whatever message you're sending, whatever intention or energetic feeling underlies that, that's the message I get. And if the words don't match with that underlying intention, then I see that you're trying to manipulate, or you're trying to have an agenda, and I, number one, become less interested in you as an entity, and number two, see that you're trying to manipulate and play games. So I then realize that the only way that I can respond to you is by manipulating and playing games with you back. It's just I don't feed you what you want, which is you want an emotional response, and I don't feed you that. I just play some simple, innocent game back with you. Like, if somebody comes on and leaves a message, a paragraph long message that's full of fear and hate, then I'll just say, like, I love you, or what's your favorite color, or something. Some very innocent reply that's not very much related to what they were saying. And since they're not talking to me in the first place, they're talking to their projection, which they have decided that I was going to be the placeholder of. When I say something like that, then they don't see that because that's not within their expected parameters of response, so they don't even see it. I'm not feeding them. So if there's something in them that's genuinely like seeking and looking, seeking expression and seeking reciprocity in me, then I'll feel that and I will respond accordingly. But if it's not, if it's just an ego putting up a projection and wishing me to fulfill that projection for them, I just won't do it. Why would I want to do that? I already know what that feels like. I've been there, I've done that, and pretty much just feels shitty, and the other person doesn't even get anything out of it because they're already expecting it. They just get mad when the expectation isn't fulfilled, or they move away when the expectation isn't fulfilled. But them getting their energetic fix by you reacting to whatever kind of nonsense they're spouting doesn't help them. So I couldn't even feed them on those grounds that maybe somehow by me doing this person is getting helped somehow, because they're not. Flat Earth is there for a reason. It's there for you. It's there for you to break your mind conditioning. Some of the people are going to sit there and argue about the shape of the earth from here till forever. Some of the people are going to feed off that energy, and they're going to make a channel for themselves, and they're going to make money, get attention, whatever, get friends, because they want to do that. Some people will just be curious, and they'll just say, flat earth, like, what is this all about, you know? And they'll look into it with intrigue rather than, I'm going to figure this out for once and for all. The earth is flat, the earth is not flat. I'm going to prove it. There are those guys, which never prove it, ever. And then there are just people that are aware of the phenomenon, and they're just kind of sitting back, or else they got popcorn and their legs kicked up. So there's lots of reactions to what this is, but the idea that some people somehow feel that they can degrade themselves and simply lose all moral oversight. The fact that some people allow this flat earth thing to give them that freedom to just lose all moral oversight, I don't really comprehend that one very much. Unless they're just, not aware, they're just not conscious. If they're not conscious, then sure, why not? There are those types here as well. But if if you come into these grounds, these waters, you're trying to jump into this ocean that's called flat earth. And it's not even called flat earth, but that's just the sign that's on the outside. Okay, there's an ocean. The flat earth may be one of the signs that points you on over in this direction. Once you get past the sign, guess what? It's just you and the ocean. You might sit there and have that flat earth word bobble around in your head while you're trying to fight off the piranhas or something. But that's just a sign. It's just a marker. It's a marker for a territory, a mental territory that you enter into. And it's not just via flat earth. I've been in this territory for 10 or 15 years. There's never, for the most part, nobody else was there with me. So I was just exploring this territory all by myself for a long time. And then all of a sudden, now, people have found the territory, and they're like climbing over the fence, and they're going into the water and getting eaten by sharks and stuff like that. So I'm just watching, I'm like, I knew there was sharks over there, but I'm not yelling out that, I'm not telling everyone loudly that I've been here for a while, even though people generally realize after they've watched my channel. But I've been in this territory for quite a long time. And I see what people do. I notice behavioral change when they come in here. I notice some